Hello and welcome to Otterwood Cottage, where we're building a brand new small holding in the heart of the Lincolnshire countryside. I'm Emma and we're delighted to have you along with us. The hat is back. It is a gloriously sunny day, but there is a chill in the air with the wind, and so the hat is back, the long sleeves are back, and we are all set to do some work, having a bit of a tidy up in the veg plot, ready for the colder weather coming. So the plan today is to reorganise all of the black tarp that's been blown around by the recent storms and try and get that. At the moment it's running that way along, but we have decided that it makes more sense for, as we're building out new beds when we come to spring, to change it so it runs parallel to the beds that we currently have. So we'll just take a tarp away as we need to, rather than having to fold back multiple tarps. So we're going to change that around, try and get some more heavy things on it to weigh it down so that future storms over the winter don't destroy it again. Mr. H has already taken out all of the pioneer weeds that were coming through in that space. He's also done an amazing job of finishing off the pathway weeding, which I started the other week and showed you on a video. So he's taken that all the way up to the fruit cage now. That's completely clear. So whilst we're just getting set up for that, I'll show you, yesterday I popped into the brassica cage to take one cauliflower for dinner, and this is what happened. Just quickly, because I wasn't actually planning to film this, but I have popped into the brassica cage. I came in to take a cauliflower, which I have done. I've actually taken 3. But whilst I was in here, I also took some more sprouting broccoli and noticed that the leaves are getting this kind of mildewy stuff, powdery stuff. I don't quite know what it is. So I've given them a tidy up, and I can't believe quite how much has come off them. So there are 3 cauliflower kind of stalks in there, but absolutely loads has come off. But it's looking much tidier and less kind of grubby now. I think we've had so much rain the last few days that it had all just got a little bit too damp. But look, I've got another 3 fantastic collies and some more sprouting broccoli, and I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 collies still to come, which I don't think are going to take much longer before they're ready. 1 had blown. I'm really disappointed because I was hoping to catch them all, but 1 had blown. And then over this side, I think I'm just going to tidy up this last broccoli plant. Again, it's got, I think, just where it's been so damp in here, and it's perhaps got a bit overgrown. We've also got these white, I don't know what they are, but they don't seem to do much damage. And then Brussels sprouts for Christmas dinner. Still teeny weeny, but they're coming along. I've also done the thing I keep doing, which is, we popped out this morning, so I've got my decent jeans on, and I came out just to do a quick grab a cauliflower. I've ended up gardening, and hey ho, they're on their way to becoming gardening jeans already. I never learn. So having done all of that, I ended up taking quite a big harvest. So already this morning I've made a pasta sauce ready for going in the freezer, out of a load of the tomatoes and peppers and aubergine that came out of the polytunnel. I have blanched and frozen the 2 cauliflowers that we're not eating for our Sunday dinner this evening, and I've blanched the last of the corn ready to go in the freezer. So a productive morning already. Let's get on with this tarp. Okay, briefly, we've cleared all of those, which you probably didn't catch it because it was on time lapse, but I've already managed to drop one of those on my toe, which is pretty painful. Next job is to shovel up this compost, which we were using as a leek bed. We're going to use that for a bed over by the chicken buffet to plant a few more plants. So we're just going to go and grab the wheelbarrow and the shovel, get that shifted. So a little bit of a side quest to the main quest. It made sense if we're lifting that compost to bring it straight over here to the chicken area rather than put it somewhere else and then have to move it again later. So the plan is they've got this little bit of a chicken buffet behind me, which hasn't been wildly successful, I have to say. I mean, the plants in it have stayed alive, but the weeds have done better. I'll just show you. So you can see there's a tiny little bit of nasturtium, a couple of brassicas, but they've not really come to anything. I think possibly because the compost isn't deep enough or too shady. I don't know. Brassicas are normally fine in the shade, they prefer it. So I'm not 100% sure why it hasn't worked. Possibly just being crowded out by these weeds that have grown up the chicken wire. So the plan is take this chicken wire off, cardboard a bit further out and further along, and then hopefully that will suppress the weeds, put some compost down, some wood chip around it as a bit of a path, and just make that a little bit better. I've been half wondering about whether to, while I'm here, remove these weeds as well, but I don't know, it does give them a little bit of extra shade and protection from wind and things, so perhaps we'll just leave them be. We'll decide that as we go, but for now, cardboarding along here, and here's Mr. H with the compost. Side quests on side quests. We've also realised that because we want to move the electric fence out a bit, we're going to need to trim where we're moving the electric fence to. So Mr. H has just gone to get the trimmer as well. The bed's in, the path's in. There's something so satisfying. It just feels like instant bed when you make it this way. I don't think I'll ever get bored of that. I'll turn you around and show you. That was the original bit. And here's the new bit with some plants I'd had set to one side, which have all gone a bit leggy and sad or stunted. But that's fine because they'll grow or they won't. It's not hugely important. They're there. If anything comes of them, then great, and if it doesn't, we'll replant in the spring. So the last thing to do, side quest 2B, is to frame this in chicken wire so that you will have seen on the video that the chickens are far too tempted by fresh wood chip. Insert rocky music here, me chasing them to try and get them back in there so that we can get on with this job before they throw everything everywhere. So we'll get that done, and then we'll be able to get back to the task we planned to do today. Ta-da! One well-protected chicken buffet. So this whole thing will, when we want to get in there, just flap up. We'll have to come up with some sort of system of rods to lean it on, but that will all flap up so I can get to the little bed. And then the idea is, as the plants grow, they'll push against the chicken wire on both sides, and the chickens will be able to choose what they'd like to eat from the buffet coming through the wire. We have had to use little half bits and sort of funny ends, which is why it's a bit hodgepodge, but we didn't want to buy new chicken wire for it, and we had bits hanging around from having built the run in the first place. Wilkes is busy strimming the ditch, which is what you can hear in the background, I think. And the girls, are you happy with your buffet? That's chicken for yes, thank you. Right, side quest A, sub side quest B and C complete. So at 2:30 seems like the perfect time to go and start the job we actually meant to do today. Let's go sort those tarps out. Well, that job was made 10 times more difficult by the fact the wind picked up the minute we came out to do it. I don't think we made it as easy for ourselves as we could have anyway. In the order we did it in, there was a change plan, as there always is in everything we do, in that we were going to try and run parallel to the beds going that way. But actually the length of these would have been too long. We'd have ended up having to cut them, but then we'd have had silly half bits that are harder to lay down. Obviously the bigger the piece, the easier it is, because you're not trying to get weighing down on the edges. So we stuck to the original way round, running perpendicular to the beds, and we'll just fold it back as we set the next beds in place. We've tried as far as possible to kind of capture all the edges to stop it blowing away. I mean, inevitably there will be a storm that will blow them back up again, but for now, while the weather's still kind of warm and rainy on and off, hopefully it should suppress any weeds. I was amazed by how many roots are still trying to go through from the grass, given that's been there all summer, and it's been baking, so it should have been cooking the roots underneath. Most of it's died off, but there are some persistent ones there. It's incredible. So that is our day. We are actually going to go in a little bit earlier than we normally might, because tomorrow we go away for our 20-year wedding anniversary for a couple of days. So we're going to enjoy some very nice spa time, some very nice relaxing, a couple of massages and a couple of nights away, while Mr. Wilkes holds the fort with the dogs, the guinea pigs, the chickens and the cat. So that'll be us. I'll see you next week. Hope you've had a fantastic weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.